Hello and welcome. Jettatura here, and hope everyone's having a good time celebrating their holiday of choice, or just a good time in general if you're skipping any festivities. Today's video is for the Dribbles questline. This is an Act 3 quest, and there may be some minor spoilers, mostly just because of the areas visited. If you're here, you probably already know what this quest entails. Anyway, let's get to the video. Okay, so this quest starts in the first area of Act 3. I'm going to assume you've already been to the circus and introduced yourself to the quote, Dribbles, unquote. If all you care about is the reward at the end, and you hate scavenger hunts, simply pickpocket the reward from Lucretious. It should be fairly simple with a rogue that has proficiency and expertise, unlike my multi-class paladin warlock who very clearly fails. I'd always plan to reload anyway, as the purpose of this video is to show the location of all the Dribbles parts. The gloves of Spellmight are actually pretty good for especially warlocks. It basically gives the sharpshooter or great master feats, but for spell attack rolls instead of bow or two-handed weapons. If you haven't left, that means you want to help the circus get their clown back, and I'm here to help you with that task. After leaving the stage, speak with Lucretious, the circus necromancer. They request your aid in finding what is left of Dribbles. Keep in mind that while doing this questline, you want to also follow the murder investigation questline as well, as the final piece is in an area that is locked to you until you gain access to a normally restricted area. I didn't test knock, but I believe the area is enchanted and will need a quest item. If you would like me to cover that questline as well, let me know in the comments, but it should be simple enough to follow on your own, as it has quest markers enabled to lead you around. I will at least mention that Speak with Dead is very valuable during that quest, and for the most part, you're not even required to use disguise self in most situations. Anyway, back to the quest at hand. Your first stop is going to be to a certain Trito-giving kobold. On a nearby table is a severed hand of our dear friend Dribbles. Well, maybe he's not a friend. We never actually met the real Dribbles, did we? You can sneak up and snatch it if that's your preferred method, but if you get caught, there's no need to worry. You can convince Popper to let you have it. They will try to shake you down for 10,000 gold, but there are plenty of ways to convince them to let you have it for free. Gotta hand it to Popper for trying though. I should probably mention, these body parts all weigh quite a bit. It may be wise to temporarily store them in your camp until you're ready to hand them in, unless you have someone around to carry your burdens. Once you've made off with Dribbles' severed hand, we will head towards the only other Dribbles parts in Rivington. The rest are in the next region. Make your way to the open hand temple just north of the circus. There are other ways to get to where we are ultimately going to end up, but this is my entry choice. Head towards the right side of the temple and look for a hatch in the dining area. Next, we'll head through two sets of doors towards the right of the ladder we descended. Look for a hole in the wall, and it's time to jump across some rocks. I know I fly here, but jumping is all you need, as you can see from my allies following behind. I apologize for any jump cuts, but it's just to edit out things like autosave stalling the gameplay. Make your way to the group of totally just bandits and take them out. It should be a simple battle, especially at this stage in the game. Make sure to loot the enemies after the fight, especially for the key one of them has. There's also a note you can read on one of them that could help with the other quests mentioned earlier in this video. Nearby is also a hole with a weapon that is involved in that quest line as well. For the Dribbles quest though, we're looking for the body of Penella Lumpensticks nearby. They have the torso of Dribbles in their inventory. Must be able to tell from the funny smell. It's probably just the clothing though. Okay, that's all the pieces in the Rivington region. Make your way to the lower city of Baldur's Gate. We will continue collecting Dribbles there. This person shown in the video has nothing to do with the questline other than being in the way of getting to the lower city, but this visual glitch was too weird to not include as part of the video. This is the only time I've experienced it at least. Enjoy. For our next part, we're going to use the Basilisk Gate waypoint as a marker. Head north of the waypoint into the alleyway.
You really won't feel it.
Not a thing. Got our back.
Brace yourself.
There is a door to a building obstructing our way. Get rid of it. Or you could just lockpick it for a gentler touch. However you get inside, search the body inside the interior of the building. Loot the pelvis from them. As you can see, saying the body parts to other party members will make them comment on them.
A pelvis? Oh, poor Dribbles.
For Dribbles Arm, I'm starting at the Heapside Strand waypoint. We're going to head east of Sorcerer's Sundries towards the marker for the Frank murder target. There's a barricaded door. Destroy it and optionally frighten a child with your violent ways. Inside is one of the murder targets for the other quest. Feel free to read the note on their body and use Speak with Dead to get more information. When you're done with that though, look at the chest tucked in the corner of this room. There is a hatch beneath it, and that is where we will find the arm of Dribbles the Clown. Search the giant body in the basement.
What's inside? That corpse is huge. And is that a burning heart?
Loot anything else in this room to your unburning heart's content. At least I hope your heart isn't on fire and you have a looted acid reflux. With the arm down, it's time to move on to the next part. Starting from the lower city central wall waypoint, that is west of Sorcerer's Sundries, we will head to the home of Lavernica. I will warn the spider sensitive that there are some spider corpses in this next part. They're dead and they will stay that way, but I have a friend who suffers from arachnophobia, so I thought I should be mindful, just in case. Once again, enter the door through your preferred method. I try to mix it up a bit by breaking the door down with my weapons instead of using Eldritch Blast, but as you can see, I went back to my old ways soon enough. It's time to go down another hatch again. I lockpick it, though there may be a key somewhere in here. Something weird is afoot down here. Head towards the body that seems to have been part of some ritual or macabre artwork, and you will find Dribbles Leg is lootable from them. Admit it, you thought it was going to be the foot because of my dumb attempt at a pun previously, didn't you? The next body piece is nearby. Exit the building that contained Dribbles Leg the way you came in, and then look for a rainforest home that is neighbor to the Beehive Goods and Wares store.
The hands are too big. And I don't like the colours.
Once inside the residence, the hatch is behind a set of stairs this time. Be careful when descending as there is a tripwire directly in front of your party. Laugh at my horrible ability to disarm if you'd like, but be sure to pick up the foot from Winslow before leaving.
Just spectacle. It's storytelling.
That's the foot down. Now all that's left is the head. For this next part, you will need to have been doing the murder investigation quest. I'll just give some quick tips on that. I do not believe a full guide is necessary, but if you think otherwise, be sure to comment. You need to find Dolor. My first run-in with them was at the wine festival where there's a potential murder target. It may be possible to stop them there, but failing that, you need to go to the Facemaker's Boutique. The Baldur's Gate waypoint is nearby. Alternatively, look for the quest marker for murder target Figaro. Make sure to read the note and or use Speak with Dead on Dolor to get the keyword. From the Basilisk Gate waypoint, head to Candulhallows Tombstones. Depending on your quest progress, it may or may not be marked on your map.
Still in control. Just.
The land is sick, and so are its leaders. We must cleanse it. Pharaoh's forgotten.
Here goes nothing. Afternoon.
Candulhallows Tombstones, remembering the deceased with sympathy and skill.
I'm showing this as you can see from the footage. It is possible to fail all your perception checks.
With a flick of the wrist.
Take the painting off the wall and hit the button hidden behind it.
Have a lot on my mind and, well, in it.
Assume nothing.
All well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
As you can see, even I got a little bit ahead of myself and need to do the murder investigation quest. Probably should have attempted to use knock or blow the door open, but it slipped my mind at the time. The power of editing, hey look at that, door's unlocked. Inside can be a pretty tough fight depending on your party makeup. I won't spoil what's inside, but for the potential main fight, I can recommend taking out the lesser enemies first as they buff and heal the main target. Whatever way you obtain it, now that you have the amulet, we can open a different door. I'll show the path leading to the next area, but feel free to skip ahead if you don't need it. I go back to the Basilisk Gate waypoint once again and head west towards the Elf Song Tavern. There are other ways to get to the sewers, and some may be closer to the end target, but this is the path I chose.
Mistress Lights.
The Baldur's mouth. It's a shame Dorsey and the even Esther's column's been lacking sauce.
That's just a steel watch, don't you? I know you said porter, but we only have ale. Just lying around, you furry chunkers.
Better not be cursed.
Get to the basement. As you can see, I already cleared everything out. On the left side of the room is a button to press which opens the path forward.
Still alive, so it's progress.
Continue on through here and find the button behind the statue. Find the hatch within the hidden room to enter the lower city sewers. You can hit the lever on the left wall with a ranged attack to dispel the poison mist. There may be a fight ahead, but for me, outside of the main target, the rest went down with a single fireball, as they are all placed near a fire wine barrel. Alert's a great feat, by the way, especially on a wizard. The main target needs to be hit multiple times before they will suffer full damage from attacks. Move on after any looting and summon the raft by shooting the lever on the right side of the wall. board it and hit the lever to move along. You only have to hit it once before needing to disembark. I'm hiding me getting lost temporarily by jump cutting to me being smart. Once again, we'll find a door in our way. Once again, we choose to ignore that. Follow this path to avoid any potential fighting. Don't worry, the enemies here seem to be non-hostile so long as you also choose to do the same.
Sewer system could use a few. It isn't the smell that bothers me.
Whatever it's
the
called, it's
inefficiency.
impressive.
An entire underground
tastes
wasted on waste that
great.
could simply be teleported to wild space.
Once the absolute's finished, I'll be sure to propose your idea to the council.
That's curious.
Get to this door and then use the amulet you received earlier to gain entry. For this next part, it may be possible to sneak through. I've never tried it, and it may be possible that option has been patched out, but if you're struggling and it hasn't been removed, there's an option for you. I'll also recommend void bulbs if you have any. Pull enemies directly to their doom this way. The best option for me at least was to use the mention door to get myself close to the main enemy, and then hit them with all my multi-attacks that I had. All the other enemies leave once the main enemy is down. Once you are through, we can finally obtain the final piece to Dribbles. Walk down the stairs and look for a grouping of bodies. Be mindful as they have mines beneath them.
Chaos will be sown from their passage.
Loot Wolfing Alex, and then it's time to put Dribbles back together again. Head back to the circus. I believe the Rivington waypoint is the closest waypoint option. Turn in. Weighty body parts and be disappointed that we won't be witness to a Dribbles puppet show by Lucretious. I do not think anyone from the circus reaches out to us in the epilogue either, unfortunately, but I could be mistaken on that. As I said earlier, the gloves are pretty good, especially now that they no longer once per use on short rests. At least I think they were like that at one point previously. Thanks for watching. Be sure to comment on any other videos you would like to see. I was going to start working on modding the game, but then they added honor mode just as I finished my Tactician playthrough. I wonder if it's going to be a big difficulty increase. Tactician wasn't too bad, especially once hitting level 5. I'm hopeful the difficulty difference is going to be a step up. I suppose I can always make a party build video specifically for honor mode if anyone wants to see that. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Take care, and have a good one.